x-intercept here is a fraction. It's negative 5/2, which is negative 2.5. So the negative 4 is right here, and the negative 2.5 is right about there. They're both only used once, so it's going to cross. So now I can graph it. I know it makes a U shape. I know it goes through both of these, so I'm just going to come down like this. And there's my graph. If you want to check it, you check it on Desmos. Okay, that one was tough because it had some weird factoring going on there. But we're gonna get better at it as we go. Okay. Last example before I break. 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 20x. One of the first things you always check for when you're doing any kind of factoring is the greatest common factor. Something that all the terms have in common that you can factor out. What would that be here? An x. You see how they all have an x? So we can factor that out, right? So I'm going to factor out an x. And when I do, everything will just have one less x in it. So I have 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. Oh man, what are we going to have to do here? We're going to have to factor that, which means we're going to need to split and group. Tough stuff, but it'll be good practice. Can we just go through it together? I'll try to go a little faster, but I need your help, okay? So just shout out what we need to do first. I'm actually going to just do that. I want to do it somewhere where I won't erase stuff, but I want you to see that example. So I'm going to do that right over here, okay? (2x squared plus 3x minus 20). Okay, what do I do first? Good. 2 times negative 20, the a times c, that gives me negative 40. I'm going to say what multiplies to negative 40 but adds to 3. Now, if it's negative, that means one number is positive, one number is negative. What numbers do you think we're going to use? Well, what numbers multiply it for us? You got 4 and 10, but we need them to be 3 away from each other. So 8 and 10, or sorry, 4 and 10, those are 6 away. What are other numbers that multiply to 40? 8 and 5. Are they 3 away from each other? Now I want them to, one of these has to be negative. But which one would I make negative so it gave me a positive 3? It would be that one because 8 minus 5 is positive 3. But 8 times negative 5 is negative 40, so we're good. Now, that means we're going to split up the 3x as 8x minus 5x. And we can do that because is 8 minus 5 still 3? Yes. I'm going to kind of, I don't want this to be noisy like that. So then I'm going to bring down the 2x squared plus 8x plus minus 5x minus 20. Okay, that was step 1. That's our split. Now we need to do grouping. Remember, grouping is when you look at the two groups and look for your greatest common factor. You guys help me out. What's my greatest common factor here? Not 4, because 2, I'm going to take out a 2, and then what else? An x. I'm going to factor out a 2x. That leaves behind x plus 4. Okay, then you're going to take out your greatest common factor. The next group, what is that? Negative 5. What does that leave behind? X. And then negative 20 divided by negative 5 is plus 4. Do they match? Yes, that means we're doing it right. I'm going to bring those out to the front. And that's going to give me x plus 4 and then 2x minus 5. And there you go, we have now factored it. It's kind of a pain until you get used to it, but once you're used to it, it'll go a little faster. So we still had our x from before, but now we factored this part to be x plus 4 and 2x minus 5. Okay, what are the x-intercepts going to be? If it's just an x, what does that tell us? It's 0. What if it's 4? Negative 4. And we kind of saw this on the last one. We said if it was 2x plus 5, it was negative 5 halves. So what if it's 2x minus 5? Well, let's go through our steps. Let's just solve that for x. What do we need to do on both sides? Add 5 because it's negative this time. So 2x is equal to 5. Divide by 2. There's our answer. It's 5 halves. Braylon, help me out on this one. If this is my first term, what shape does that make? It's going to be an S because it's odd and positive. Good job. And then we'll have an x-intercept at negative 4, 0, 2.5. So then, if we just connect the dots, it's going to start at negative infinity, come up, go through our 3 x-intercepts,